Why would I ignore questions about my Valentine's Day? I did a vlog explaining in like intricate detail what we did. What did reaction channels do for Valentine's Day? Let's run down the history. They like to come for me. They like to come for me and say that our relationship is shit. He doesn't love me because of some DMs that happened a year ago. By the way, I want to add to that. That was the time. I'm not excusing anything, but at this point, people are more pressed about it than we fucking are, and it's our relationship. Number one, I was supposed to move back to Canada permanently. Okay, he didn't know when the hell he was going to see me again, and he was lonely. But that's not excusing it. But we were kind of separating because wasn't supposed to come back ever. All right. Yeah. I'm hungry. Mm. So I didn't eat it, so. I have a doctor's appointment on Sunday. Check up and discussing some weight loss things. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Strawberries. I filmed a mukbang and I'm gonna upload it tomorrow pretending like it was tomorrow that I ate it. Shit. No, we had another dinner. I had like 3 meals today. No, Hardee's was actually last night. It seemed like it was today. Technically, it was my lunch, the Hardee's, because I got up at 7. Or no, 5:30? 6. Then we had dinner, chicken and rice. We ordered it. Then I made the cookies. Then at around 1:30, I had pizza. I think it was 1:30. I'm not gonna lie, even though I just did. My eating is out of control. Probably gonna eat this whole cookie. He had one. This one's for him. Looks like a 4-year-old made it. That's my problem. I'm really struggling right now to eat healthy, if you can't tell. I just wish people would leave us alone, you know? I don't think that will ever happen. It's 6:30. I feel trapped. If I can be like really candid, like I feel really trapped. Every single day I wake up, I'm not gonna eat any junk. I'm gonna eat clean. Some days I wake up, okay, I'm not gonna eat at all. I don't mean like trapped by my lifestyle, I mean like by my body and by my food problems. Yeah, I need to check up and see about my diabetes and help with my diet and issues. It's like, you know what it is? It's like I don't know any other life. I think back to like since as long as I can remember the amount of things I've put in my body. Like, how am I not 800 pounds the way I eat? Like, for real, I'm wondering. I don't want to be 500 pounds. I don't want to gain any more weight. I don't want to be this weight. Every day I've eaten like shit every single day. How am I alive? Like, I mean, I don't lay in bed all day long, but for a good part of it, I do. When I'm not doing something. Salah's not Kuwaiti FB. And anyway, even if he was a Kuwaiti Pete's, Why is that an insult? Pete's is 1,000 times a better person than No Life Madness would ever be. Okay, so Pete's is very loyal and smart. So thank you for complimenting Salah. I love it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to make my life anything other than food. Like, it's just always been food. It's like I have no interest in doing anything unless there's food there. And I'm very fed up. I don't like talking about it either. Like with, I don't know, like I canceled my latest therapy. I don't like talking about it. I really miss Harry. I get really depressed even. I don't even want to live here anymore. Like I don't want to fucking live here. I can't stand going in the room and seeing his empty cage. Like I can't. Yeah, maybe we should move ASB. We can't afford to live in huge villas that are 700 KD a month anyways. Friggin' bleed us dry. I hate moving. It's such a big task and I'm not healthy right now. Spousal sponsorship takes at least a year and now they're even cracking down on immigration in Canada. So whenever I'm really psychotic, like emotional, so I was like, did you take your brain pill? I love how these Muslim people who call other people's kafir, they think that they're being good Muslims. You're also sinning. Like Ebed, she's so obnoxious. Gore World is so self-righteous like that. They all have something to say about someone else. Never looking at their own fucking closet full of skeletons, you know? It's not the time of my life. Are you kidding? I hate being this way. Honestly, no, I found it made it worse. In the long run, yeah, I need some fucking lemon-y, bitch. No. And I became dependent on numbing because I used it to numb myself. The wheelchairs, I overdid it because it would make me pass out and I didn't have to think. Hold on, I gotta pause. I thought it muted. Sorry. I can't hold them anymore. I think it's that Indian restaurant. I'm too broke to be used for money, and there ain't going to no Canada. You guys don't know how much more affordable it is to live here. Can you imagine filling your tank for 10 bucks? There's no tax on the things you buy. I have tax debt I'm paying off. That fucking bankruptcy. Sorry for my language. Like, I have been just putting pretty much all of my money on paying off my debts. I don't really want to stay here for the summer. Honestly, I don't know if I can bear it. Everything they say, they have no idea. Like, we are extremely happy, in love to the max. We spend all of day together. Doesn't lock me out of any room. He treats me amazingly. Like, leave me alone. Don't go real life, you know? I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna stream snipe you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, fuck, grow up, you know? I think the time, the bad time I went to Canada, if you know what I mean, I was going back. I was planning on going to be there for a long time because I wanted to go on the list for weight loss surgery. And I was supposed to move back to Canada permanently. We were kind of separating. That's what it was. I'm confused with why I wanted to go back. But that time I was going to be gone for, I don't even know. So we were talking about, you know. He fucking cheated on me. He admitted it today. He was talking to, in a sexual way, with Kay Bella. When am I gonna see you again, kind of thing. So I don't know. I couldn't stay away that long. I didn't like being there that long. If he didn't love me, guys, you guys don't see our relationship.
My darling.
I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Like, we're like, honestly, just pretty much, we cuddle a lot all day. He puts up with a lot. Like, he's so understanding. Having somebody who's like a food addict or has an eating disorder, if you don't love someone, it's not worth putting up with. It's not. And I realized, like, I'm older, I take antidepressants, I'm a mess. He's a young guy, you know? He's handsome. I never knew any of all these things about him that came out. I didn't know anything about that. That's like repressed. Now I know so much. Yeah, we're just so much closer. Yeah, he's made it up. And that's what annoys me is like people just keep digging and keep, and I can't control that, you know? But that's why I came on here and like, let me remind you of the people you've had as lovers, okay? You think Salah's bad? Even in the messages you saw him say, I never, anybody since I love Chantal. But he's loyal and he's protective. He's very loving. He's funny. He's a bit goofy sometimes. I like that about him. He hasn't gone to the barbers, so he won't go on camera. Even though he looks handsome as fuck, I'm like, you don't even look bad. He doesn't understand what I'm supposed to eat. That's why I'm going to a doctor. My history with food is it's too much for him. I feel really bad. I freaking hate it, man. He makes comments like if I say, babe, I'm gonna order sub stop for tonight and then I'm gonna go on a diet tomorrow. Sure. Yep, I ate the Reese's actually, I'm not gonna lie. I can't have snacks in the house. Nope. He didn't know about a boot pot. He doesn't eat his snacks that I buy him. Like, he'll probably ask where the Reese's are in like 3 days. He eats like one bag of chips every like 4 effing days. Yes, I did boot pot. He didn't knock me out. I just knocked, just kind of like a jokey way. The door's only closed and he only goes into the room, like the door closed, when I'm doing my streams.
Sure, Jan.
He never even has he has his door wide, and when he's, usually the only time we're separate, when we have downtime during the day or whatever, and like if I'm editing in the room and ceiling, he doesn't like the fan in there, so it's a temperature thing too. That room is warmer for some reason. I want to be like him. He eats, he gets satisfied, he's done thinking about food until like the next day. I'm struggling bad with food. I could even eat another meal right now. I am going to a doctor Sunday, Blue Bot, about this issue. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the doctor. I don't overeat to piss people off. I do it because I legit have like no fucking control over myself. And even with BBJ's nails, like people don't think that I didn't feel bad for that. Fuck. Like they overgrew when I was away. I explained it a million times and people still just, she's an animal abuser. Okay. My cat is spoiled. You just saw her. She loves me. Honestly don't remember everything they said. It's been so long. But something about her being very elderly. She had blood work. So something, she had like chronic kidney issues, kidney disease or something. Her nails were, I think they were slightly embedded at that time. It's hard for me to check her paws because she screams when I would touch her paws, even if she doesn't like them, you know, even if it's not embedded. But they said elderly cats, their nails, they don't scratch, so they grow faster. Sam's nails were never embedded, ever. Never. So I didn't have the intention of physically harming my cat, you know? And people being dismissive and saying, well, you gave her away. I literally talked to that Amy person thinking that she was going to be a good person, a homebound person who had experience, like who could be with an elderly cat, you know, who would have the time. It's not like I was just taking her outside and going, anyone want a cat? And I was not I was lied to. Like, they set up a whole ruse. Like, how fucking miserable, how horrible of a person do you have to be to do that? And then try to justify it to make herself not look bad by saying I'm an animal abuser because of the nail situation, as if I purposely wouldn't, you know, like I would hurt BBJ. I've had her for 21 fucking years. They still call me an animal abuser because of that. Okay, so. It wasn't a shady situation. Like, their nails were cut not long before I went to Kuwait. I was in Kuwait for 3 months. I didn't think that her nails would overgrow in that time. So maybe that's ignorance and neglectful in a way, but it's not really, because in the middle of the trip, I called Pete's to check her nails. They looked okay from what I could see, but it's hard to see. She has very long fur and it was on video, you know? So, but I can tell you I'll never make that mistake again. Her nails get cut every 3 weeks or at least once a month. They don't overgrow. Seeing if I could get records from animal control, because they came like four times, 3 or 4 times, and never saw any reason to remove the cats or anything. So I still dream about them every day. Like, I wish so bad that I had been able to take them, but I didn't really think that it would be fair to them to fly them that far. But now I have Julia, and she loves her mom. I miss Harry. I miss my grandma. I'm just in my head tonight. But talking to you guys helps. Everyone needs a support group, you know? He has to give me some money. It's in the marriage contract. It's called mer. So throughout the marriage, he has to give me a bit of money. Kind of, Kit Kat. I mean, we're married, so, but like when we got married, like, it's different in the Arab world. At the courthouse, like in the video, you see that courtroom, we had to go in the back, and there was like 2 Arab men, judge and someone else, and we know somebody who knew the judge, so there's some little tea on that. But that's how it works here. But anyway, it was legal. Of course, we have the paper. So anyway, they ask for my father if he accepted Salah. I said, I don't talk to my dad, and he was like, okay. Like, that's sad that he said that, because father figures are very, very important. I find Salah's got that in him. Like, he was taught to be like, have that kind of family control. You can't lie to the judge, okay? You have to prove, he had to submit it, like, he has to prove that he's like, is your husband gonna give you this amount of mehr to be married? When you get married, and then certain amounts throughout the marriage. No, he didn't need to know the judge, but it just so happens. They didn't have to do a different marriage process just because my dad wasn't there, but they were reluctant. Like, basically, yes, Google is right. You technically can't get married on a visitor visa here. But because Salah's been established here forever, and we knew somebody close who knew one of the judges, and because there's a process where you can do an appeal to the court, so Salah put in an appeal. No, his family wasn't there. He had two witnesses. So the appeal went through, and one of the parts that they didn't want to marry at first was also because my father wasn't there. But we ended up convincing them that I don't talk to my dad. You can only have certain people there. His family couldn't come in there. But we saw them after. Not like a party. We just had dinner. Like, dinner was made for us. Yes, we're married. It's a legal marriage. We have, it was just gone through an appeal system that I don't really understand. Like, Salah handled it. But we have the form. Like, we have the marriage certificate. Trust me, like, I would be too nervous, like, to be here not married. Like, we couldn't. He had to show the certificate to move here. So I don't mind. I don't want to have a big wedding. 1,200 to show the marriage certificate. I like that idea, Courtney. I'm not smart like that. That's a good idea. Do you want me to show the doorknob? It doesn't lock. It got jammed because there's no handle. It got jammed once. He can't lock me out, actually. I'll show you the door handle. Just let me think of it. I have to prepare to get up. You see how the doorknobs are in this? This is always like this. It doesn't even come out. Okay. That's the doorknob. Now, there's no door. There's no door but this little nub. So he shut it hard from the other side and it got jammed. Where's that guy to tell me to breathe? It was always loose, so it finally just came off. And we always used to shut the door, especially when Harry was there. And now I just shut it when I'm doing a video so that if he coughs or makes a noise or whatever, somebody calls him, then, you know. Bye, scene. Bye, everybody.